Alright, I started streaming again accidentally. Um, I'm just gonna go over the Grand Finals of Major 2. I was already uploading a video today and I said fuck it, you know. It's only 5 maps at the end of the day. As a Faze fan, I like that. Let me turn this down slightly. I see it's a little loud on OBS. I don't want it to be too loud.
Here for Optic Texas. Believe in the hard point. Listen, they were 250 to 237, 2 losses to ATL, but 5 in 1 versus everyone else.
That looks fun.
Last time we played, BZ goes God mode. It's a 13-point victory.
So normally off break here, like I said, you see heavy commitment towards Hen Street. Hen Street's kind of prio. Like on P1, if you control it, you kind of want to keep filling it if you have like the cafe side spawn. But if you don't control it, you just don't want to mess with it. There's just too much going on there. There's too many angles to clear. I mean, you can, but depends on info. It's very situational. So yeah, you see 2 going here, and then like all 4 Faze members hitting ladder. 3 went fast through street. Like this is a regular break. You generally don't want to go through red or anywhere up here, so you have 2 options, right? It's kind of like top plat or just hit through, like Hen side. Whereas it takes the other team a little bit longer to get there.
But that's a distant pass now. All that matters is this.
So did Cell get that kill? No, they just do all this from double barrels. And actually, because they got here so fast, or not, well, yeah, because Faze got to the barrel cut so fast, like these guys over here are not really doing anything. It's actually really interesting how just sending 2 guys fast barrel is. I feel like you just stun nade it though. I don't understand why they didn't.
This best of 7. Fred from the top rope looking to get it going.
So yeah, and that's just a bad break from Optic. You can't get 2-pieced by 2 people fast hitting black barrel off rip. Like you should be able to cut that off with nades way too easily. Unless Atlanta had like some sort of nade strat that they did, but I feel like they didn't even stop to throw a nade because they got there that fast. Obviously lightweight too, probably.
Nice start here by Faze. Shotzi doing what he does, getting to that P1 area. Able to finesse play his life now, just kind of lurking right now. Last time we watched this a couple hours ago, really what it was a Faze out to a nice lead, but then...
So Shotzi's going to slip after not seeing anything for a while. He's going to go and play for the spawns instead because he gave his teammates kind of time to get in a position where they can contest still. He knows that they're filling through Hen Street probably after not seeing anything or getting shot in the back or any of that. So once his teammates to kind of like get a little bit of control, and he's like, okay, I'm just going to go play for spawns now. Make sure nothing weird happens. This is a good play.
Some big breaks, had that P5 hold.
Then Faze walk right in and 2-piece boys, and now he's stuck alone at cafe. Kenny can get there though.
Took over the game.
And now also because I don't know what this is, but this guy spawns kind of like out.
But then it was just a clutch. It was a clutch on the back.
I think Kenny spawned like scrapyard.
The game from a BZ from Simp 8 were just unreal the second half of that game. Well, Shotzi trying to battle around this P2, looking to make the plays, trying to bounce and bounce.
He gets traded out. That's expected.
That gets in. Pred
good trade by Pred.
3 through back alley on rotation for Faze, looking to set up and now secure this time.
So I always say this about your plat play. Like, I feel like that was a good tempo, but obviously you can't like play through soda. This area right here is soda, like where the ladder is that Pred just climbed up. Like, you can't really play through that because they can just cut it from anywhere or just watch it from anywhere. But you kind of have to wait on your boys, but I feel like this took too long.
Ticket comes the wave that is Optic Texas as they look to collapse.
Because now Faze has 3 on, you have 2 outer. And once again, I'm very critical of this top plat thing, but let's see what Pred does.
Shots in behind from Simp. The opener to slow it
he
down.
gets the info.
That last game was unbelievable. The multi-kills.
Yeah, that info didn't help you out. When you're in green in that situation, I don't really know what the... Like, it's kind of hard to play from there. But I feel like being more unpredictable might be better. Like, just jumping back in red or, like, sitting, like, cutting the bus cross soda and, like, being ready to chow out or... I don't know. That's like overly
Flowing.
speculative.
That's all 4 down. It starts with 2 from
But you
Sim.
need
I mean, that
teammates to
is a
get you
great
out
setup
of there, I
by Optic
suppose.
to
Whereas
break
if you go
down.
red,
Really,
you don't.
You have bus control, you have Pred in that position, but Simp able to sneak on through from red balcony, and he just throws his stun, has a couple of kills, and now push it forward.
Jesus.
5 in a triple to get us started. They flipped the spawns for
That happens.
P3. Faze right back to where they started.
I mean, it was multi-kills in big plays from Sim, too. I mean, Beezy had his moment.
1v1 on time goes to Cell. That's kind of big because number 4 was like half playing it.
In that 252,
Now number 4
win,
can go row.
Simp was right
He also
there
gets
with
info on
him.
the guy red.
The 5 in the row, we'll see if it can turn into
Easy
a
gets
streak.
him. He knows there's a guy top red. He's looking to send. Trying to get out of red's
In
line.
an unbelievable form. Simp just trying to stay up to try to get this streak. Nade over the top, beautiful nade, but nice job avoiding it and getting the kill. Cruise through.
You see this kind of setup. This is one reason why holding scrap spawn, like you see Faze get all the time on P2, and they're spawning scrapyard, so they have a much easier time rotating to next and securing next spawns and all that. Like that shouldn't happen. I don't. Optic kind of just went 3 down at the beginning where I was talking about Pred.
And now remember, last time on Jirachi, Tenny was really the guy.
And then Simp 3-pieced them, which didn't make it easier.
Standout player, especially in the slaying category. But starting off 0-6 at a great series versus New York, can he turn this around? But right now,
Cuts the guy mid. That's good timing. That guy mid was going to get through because you see these guys are so focused on this kind of slant angle. Once again, you see it though. I talk about it every video. Karachi is always played because it's like the best hardpoint map. But like 2 scrapyard, basically always. Very, like only in situations like what Simp did right there where he just goes top real quick and jumps down. You kind of spawn him clock, but they already spawn there mostly. And then he kind of just jumps back down. Like, that's the only time you want to play through scrapyard heavy. Now, this guy was going to cross mid, and they were going to have a guy in the back, so that could have been very bad. But Simp actually going top third and just happening to cut that off fucking saved him.
it's all Atlanta Faze, 8 in a row for Sim. Make it 9. The Tiny Terrors going.
Yeah, Dashy's just alone on hill. And this is the thing about people who are critical of Dashy, by the way. He's a fucking main AR. Like, his job is not to do the fun stuff. And when your team is getting slammed on their neck, like what is happening right now, it is very difficult for Dashy to do anything. A main AR to do anything. And Kenny's 0-7. He's not. I mean, he's 3-6. They're all kind of doing the same.
Off. Yeah, 9 in a row for Beezy in that last matchup.
He at least has Shotzi up for a trade. Like, yeah, he doesn't get that kill, but honorary kill.
I can do better, looking for double digits, and there it is, 10 in a row in a grand.
Faze are still playing, but they're kind of playing through mid like this. I have not seen this before. In S&D, you kind of call this like Eiffel Towering, where you take the spawn locations and instead of like playing each lane, you instead like get a guy cafe and like look down. You kind of like cut the map basically. It's like playing lanes except sideways, which it would be playing cuts, I guess, but like playing crosses. Cut crosses, I don't know what to call it. It's just Eiffel Towering, where you just stack one side of the map all the way up to their side of the map, all the way back to your side of the map, and look down.
He won't slow down.
I don't really see that in a respawn, but like when they're all spawning clock, you can kind of cut the mid cross here and see if off spawn they go to new, so you can tell when they rotate, which is very useful because like the second guy on time and number 4 here probably don't want to be watching this hill any longer than they have to. Even though next hill is very scrappy.
It's a godly effort. 12. Keeps going.
13.
Another 13. The streak just won't stop. The flow state is in. Simp erupting on the main stage.
One of the best talents in Call of Duty history. He keeps it up in another.
So Simp gets clock here, and the thing about him slipping and getting clock is that these guys kind of spawn out.
Final,
a
a 90-point lead for
They spawn. They have no scrap presence. He's kind of blocking clock, so the game just spawns him up.
Faze still.
Kind of where he just spawned.
This could be a 7-map series. A lot to go. Kenny finally on the board, but
Gandraza doing this yellow play. He did it in a previous series against Hirana that I watched. He does this yellow play that spawn here. By the way, I'm actually not sure if I think this back spawn where Dashy just spawned is the priority spawn. it's just such like a oddly finicky spawn. So like we saw in the last video where Draza was in this exact position and the other team spawned forcefully like back here. Or maybe it was all the way out. It was like a situation where I thought he was blocking both of these spawns. Clearly he's not blocking this, which is probably the worst place the game possibly could have spawned this guy. But regardless.
Yeah, you can say that, Joe.
Yeah, it looks like Draza. Maybe he knows that
That's
he's
one
not
way to word
blocking.
it. But yeah, massive advantage. Can you start to swing back into this? Can you rebound? The resilience of Optic has been so strong throughout the qualifying stage. But right back to Sim 14-3.
And so you see these close spawns. You would expect them not to be spawning up here yet. Basically what happens is when the other team gets in the hill or gets pretty close to the hill, like you stop spawning in the back and you start spawning cafe. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, but it's just weird. Like there's no real like logic to it. I know that bottom green kind of fucks with these spawns up here, but I don't exactly know how these spawns in the back are blocked. I can't figure it out.
Cell 4-2.
So yeah, see, he spawns kind of up towards dumpster when they get in hill, which isn't like crazy.
He's hanging out. Yeah, but maybe
But the cafe spawns are just like not happening at all right now.
A chance here for Optic. This is where you need to get back in the game. Is this P5? It looks like Shotzi was
So he spawns here.
Dope. It looks like Simp was locking that down. He gives a call out to his teammate. Shotzi was trying to get to a spot to flip the spawns.
It might be that they changed the spawn because on everything they used to spawn
But
cafe.
a nice heads up play to find him, not allow him to get through. And this is kind of what we saw at the end of the winner's final, locking them in on the left side of your mini-map.
See, this is bus spawn. That's normal. If you're going to spawn someone close dumpster, you don't want to spawn them like kind of like yellow car, yellow alley, because they just meet up like too quickly. It'll push them out a little bit towards bus, which is a different spawn in the set. You got the bus spawn, kind of like the yellow car spawn. There's also a spawn like close alley. There's a spawn on the other side of dumpster, close dumpster, right here where you see them spawning. And then next hill, there's like a side calf spawn. There's like a back calf spawn.
It's just one of those hard points you can clear somebody out of with relative ease, make sure they don't get time while also retaining spawns, and you do some work there. It's good.
So yeah, you see this. Okay, I think that when Pred died, he might have been close enough to the line of sight of these spawns, and Celium's position wasn't like aggressive enough towards spawns for a BZ to spawn there. And the tragic part about it is that a BZ spawns up first. So he ends up spawning up, blocking the furthest spawn, and then force spawning these two guys top calf. Because there is no side bus spawn on this hill. The top calf spawn is basically like the side bus spawn for P4. Except it's P5's version of the side bus spawn is top calf. But yeah, that's kind of tragic.
From Simp early. I mean, Draws is right there.
No idea why a BZ wouldn't spawn there, in all honesty. Like, that's completely ridiculous.
With them, but let's take a look at the mini-map now as the next hard point pops. You have an opportunity now to get through. Good finesse from Cell. Looks like to stay alive and try to buy time for some help. He's able to do just that. Still
yeah, Optic are very advantage. Now you see fucking Dashies spawning hen. These are not the spawns that we're used to. These are completely different from online spawns.
Still numbers there for Optic.
It could be that homeboy right here, whoever died right here, was blocking everything, which he kind of was, but he was, yeah, see, you see another spawn here. He's long dead. Like, he's not blocking.
A much needed moment to try
the game's not like slow to register that he's dead and that's why it's spawning them there. No, it's just spawning them there. This is bizarre.
Get to this.
Yeah, you kind of just overstep if you were Atlanta Faze. They were a little bit too far pushed forward. You had one guy around to P5. What ends up happening, you actually split spawn, so Optic gets a good spawn, but a cruise.
I don't know if that's greed. That's just dog shit game.
But the next line of defense is here. It's Dashy on the hill, able to find one now, waiting for his teammates.
Getting with that deep push through. Set up to stop it. Some great time here. Now a one-on-one it's going to come down to with a healthy chunk of time.
Oh my
15
God.
seconds left to go. A BZ.
So yeah, that wasn't as bad as it could have been for Faze. It's not great. Optic probably got like 25, 30 seconds. and Faze are gonna probably get like 20 seconds out of it. So
Gets back into the point. Now a 2-on-2 on the other side of the map, developing bottom left. Joe, what are you seeing as we get ready for our second set of rotations?
compared to how bad the
Up right
situation
there behind
was,
the Cruise from Faze, at least split
not
some
too
of that
shabby.
time up, keep that 80-point lead, but this could be a very strong hold here for
See a
Optic.
nice collapse for Optic, but I talk very highly of this clock position. No, like a guy cannot jump up top third. No one can go to AC. No one can try and hit your black barrel. They can only challenge from plat. That's all you can do. Cut the map in half, basically, like underneath mid cut where number 5 is. Just underneath that, the only place that Optic can help mid from is this little platform right here. That's it.
Sim
So
knows
this position's nice, and also you see that that Dashy just died there. Main AR things. Simp was already playing for him. If Dashy gets in this position, this is even better for the team. This clock position is even better for the team that is spawning on the P3 side, which is Optic. So Simp getting that kill, denying that to Dashy, and then kind of just sitting here for a second is nice. And comes back to, if the other team has enough time and enough free movement to play for your main AR in these main AR positions, which clock is one of them, then the main AR is going to have a very hard time. That's just how it is. And so you see a position here where Simp didn't want to give this up, or he didn't really think that he could do a lot to help through this side of the map. He wanted to secure this side of the map, prevent Dashy from getting there. So he just played for Dashy because he knows that someone, probably the main AR, is going to come and try to play this.
you have to get this player
At
off
the beginning of the
bridge
hill. In control, it's more useful. In hardpoint, you kind of have to rotate out of this spot at like 30, 25 seconds.
It's just that, but you have Shotzzy
Because you don't want to get like caught up there and useless.
Over him, he's just going to be hanging out. All the kills starting to go.
It's also situational.
Yeah, I mean, you have a massively slow start from Kenny. You have an insane streak from Sim. You survive it. Like, yes, you're down, but you survive it. You're still in this game. You know you can make that same kind of rally and run. Now it's Optic's turn to throw the next punch. Try to get back in control of this game.
See these cast spawns. Shotzi's sneaking up here, but Faze is playing for this 30.
Healthy time here at mid-map as Dashy and the boys continue to try and lock it down. Number 6, Shotzi rotated across for
This is a good hill for Optic.
P2. Chance here to swing this if you're Optic.
I mean, you were 0-9 if you were
Just strictly playing through mid, they did quite well there.
And now up to 10 and 15, another 5 spree, trying to find a cruise. So much time earned here. Not a full 60, but pretty darn close. But Simp, through the middle of the map, he's going to find a double, and a big-time double, because on rotation...
Wow. And they somehow get time and rotation. I don't even know how the fuck they do it.
Slow. Very start here for Optic, but they are here. The first kill over to Shotzi on the Simp. Now the break attempt in.
Oh, you're right.
So Optic's playing this through mid instead of red because they know that Faze have basically full control of Cafe side. They know that someone on Faze is going to push up to red. Probably 2 people from Faze are going to push up to red because you have to respect the scrapyard push. And also, it blocks the close scrapyard spawn. When Faze is in here, Optic can't spawn scrapyard. So Faze have to be here. So by hitting through middle, they're kind of playing through a part of the map where Faze have to be a little bit weak. Now the thing about the timing of this is that no one can really be on full flank yet, although Kenny is full flanking right now, and you also have Dashy being dealt with. But they're probably going to play quite heavily for this mid push, knowing that no one came scrapyard because they would already be there.
Incredible,
So.
2 there. You stop them getting a cruise. You give yourself a much better chance here to fight at P2, but you still have a chance. 2-on-2 now around the point. You get
Sim
numbers
jumps
odds
on
if you're
that
late
guy.
to
Oh
Faze. You
my
look
god. Sim jumping on that guy yellow, being ready for that. Playing close for that trade. Knowing that he was playing close yellow car here, and you know, that's kind of a scary position because you're like, oh, you expect them to come through scrap and kind of open that line of sight and maybe top single, and like you're just dead, right? But he knows that there's 2 dead. No one came scrap. They would have been there by now. His teammates blocking the close scrapyard spawn, so no one's going to be coming through bottom red anytime soon. So he can just relax, play for this yellow flank over here, and sit in kind of a weird position where he can watch the close front of hill and be ready to walk out and get a quick trade, or
to push it out.
or just get a quick bait and switch or something.
Dashy's going to drop once again. Faze do it.
Yeah, no, it's not just Faze. It's the tiny terrors. 2 from Simp, 2 from Abizi, a 4 dead moment. for Optic Texas. You slow down if you are draws, trying to get a trophy out. But 30 seconds left. You have P3 control on rotation.
Optic are playing quite heavy for this. Celium, the main AR guy, once again, is normally the guy playing the hill time. Your job in this position, when your teammates go all dead, is not to chow out of the hill, get a 2-piece, spawn them on the next hill, and fucking, like you know, just like go God mode. Your job is to stay down, force them, if they want to get the scrap time, to come to you, be extremely annoying, make it take as long as possible, and then basically what you're doing is you're buying your teammates time for next rotation to go ahead and get there and set up maybe how they want to push, or maybe try to get spawns. In this case, you see Simp is going through red here, so he's helping secure scrap. He's going to get red control if once these two guys go down. If they go down, obviously he's getting shot in the back. He's probably dead, but the goal is to get red control. If they go down, set up a push through scrapyard, because scrapyard is the best place to push, but very hard to break if the enemy's already set up there. And go from there. He's not going for spawns. He's going to set up the push, basically.
Shotzi, gonna be the man on the right side of your mini map.
So
He's
then,
gonna control P1, and you get in here.
Celium sees his I don't know, kind of. Celium was so fucked there because he was swarmed. So he didn't take as long as possible. He chowed out with his teammate because his teammate was coming to help him on scrap. So ignore what I said earlier about not chowing out. Like, if your teammate's coming, yeah, and you have help, yeah, like, go for it. If you're just solo, then just be annoying.
You will take this.
I thought it was going to be a situation, like, it's Celium. I thought it was going to be that kind of situation.
This is where you want him. Exactly what you need to do to,
But
once again,
it didn't turn out like that.
stay in this game despite some rough moments at times. Resilience is key.
So they push back. You break through B2. You're going to go ahead and get this scrap. The thing is that I think Faze know they're not going to be able to push through scrap here, so these guys red are just securing time to make sure that this guy can't late flank and do any fucking funny business and get free info. Because if you leave this guy at cafe and don't kill him, then he knows that your team didn't come cafe side. So you're like, okay, the people coming off spawn are either probably going through Hen Street, but they could go try and get in red or something like that too. You don't have to play for front red or front scrapyard at all. Whereas after he goes down in cafe, then now Optic have to play for front red. They have to dedicate a guy to that. Generally, what teams do here is they just go through middle and just, you know, leave this guy to respect this push and kind of try to overload the other three guys somewhere else on the map.
Got the right side of the map covered. You got to make a run now if you're Optic. You got to make a run now to listen in with Optic Gaming.
Take it on your middle. Use that it?
No, no. Go for it, I got one.
I'm in.
Running
She
away.
goes middle. I come in.
I ran away.
I'm all left.
Are you?
Nothing right.
This is we're back in the game, bro.
And once again, 2 scrapyard. This is totally normal.
People on the right.
You have one guy that plays like top. He wants to walk in red, block spawns whenever he can.
I'm gonna leave you on the right.
Blah, blah, blah.
Middle.
Okay, and Buddy going down clock tower here, basically. The clock position's good for the same reason it's good on P1 and for the same reason it's good on this control point. You just kind of cut off this entire side of the map. You even, at this point right here, you even get the mid cross. So they can't go AC. You get info on mid. They can't hit under, like, into Hen. Blah, blah, blah. But once he goes down, well, now all that is open. And this guy, Scrapyard, also goes down. So they were kind of too spread thin here. These guys were both alone, watching crucial positions of the map, and they both go down. Neither of them get a kill. So I don't know where the Optic guys are going to spawn. I don't think FaZe is blocking well enough for them not to spawn P3 here. No, now that number 3 is here, yes. So he was bottom Hen. So number 3 being here, probably just in the nick of time to spawn these guys clock tower.
Two right of me. Two right, left to right.
Also, though, there's something about this angle right here where there's 2 spawns here. You have this spawn, kind of, back P3, and you have this spawn back P3. And when a guy's right here, he kind of has an angle on this, and he kind of also has a pretty close angle on this little spawn right here. So it could be that a guy, like, somewhere on this line of sight over here just blocks both these spawns simultaneously. I don't know. That'd be something that they would know better than me.
Two right
Of me. I'm dead. I'm one shot. I'm trying to set left. I'm making him my way.
Ivy. They get on your front.
Obviously a heavy scrapyard push. And then oh no, and then they lose their guy. I don't know if this guy was garage or third, but it looks like third. Maybe he came through hen. He was just in this bottom corner. But now this guy goes down. They got a kill here. Hill has to commit to this guy in this corner. And yeah, it shouldn't. It should be a break. Yeah. So they just got kind of cleaned out of there. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
They're gonna play through. I'm gonna go dub.
I'm helping them through.
I have third. They keep go found in here.
I'll play the goop. I'll take the goop. TB garage.
Sell it, nice.
One no. Simp it.
One push again. One more node. I'm leaving.
So Optic want to clear out old P3 here because you kind of want to get control of the hen side of the map. It's generally favored because you will be spawning front P3, and that gives you an easy rotation to P5 after P4 pops. And from this side also, you have a pretty easy time keeping them off hill. So basically, for the really scrappy hill that's really hard to get time on, you eat the bad spawn in order to have an easier time getting new. That is a money hill, the new P5 hill afterwards. So that's generally why teams love to clear out P3 even after P3 is done. So for the reason I just said, simp is extremely important here, and so is pred. Dashy being third also is useful.
He hasn't gone mid. Simp, I don't dash.
Simp just hard played for that or something. I don't know what that was. Also, how is pred playing this angle? He might have been standing, but it looked like a stair glitch. It looked like he could only be stair glitching that, because like why would he be standing? But he might have been standing to try and watch the mid hit. He wasn't expecting it or something.
I'm getting short.
Huge kill from him. Now they've basically killed the last guy old. They're spawning them all out. And once again, you don't see any of these cap spawns anymore. Have no idea what happened.
I'm holding mid. I'm pitching fan. I'm pitching fan. Top fan, shit on.
Last year there.
I'm top dome right now.
You went all the way back.
I can't say that.
I can get. He's back left. Wait.
I'm winning.
Back left, dead. One more time. Low cash on me.
I have no cut. We're truck up 1 HP.
My truck 2.
So you see, like, kind of the hill's dying down. Optic's already got a guy new. They had a guy coming off spawn from P3. They have a guy third, so they're not in the worst position. I do think they're a tad overcommitted to this side of the map, but it could be that they're more afraid of a hen side hit. Like, they're more worried about cleaning these guys up on old, making sure nothing can come through kind of hen side, and then just fuck up their spawns. Like, get third, block the spawns, fuck everything up. Instead, they're playing, like, scrapyard weaker. Maybe Shotzzy goes down here, but you still have close spawns. I don't know, once again, about this block angle, if it even exists. But regardless, like, you should be spawning up here and go back and get the hill even after Shotzzy dies. It's not the biggest deal in the world. Although, if Shotzzy doesn't get a kill, then it
Big fucking
kind of is.
Yo, what's top 3? Top 3 8.
He's gonna get there. I can't
He
get
went top
back.
3, went low. I'm trying to pick it up.
Go for it new.
Try get time.
Yeah, but bus
AP
spawn.
3, AP
There's a
3.
bus spawn, so they know that something funny is happening over here. Like someone is blocking these front P3 spawns. Now that news about to pop, then they're gonna turn into back P3 spawns.
Down 50, hanging on is Optic Texas and looking to rally here at the upcoming hard point. Big one-on-one, maybe gonna start to go down. It's Sim starting to push forward.
Especially hitting a route through fucking mid, climbing the ladder, going up and shoot fucking Abizi in the back. That's
Point,
hilarious.
waiting for his teammates to rally.
But they had a guy slip in the back, but this guy's got two behind him.
Pred looking for the angle in from behind.
That's a
The
Shotzzy
fight so
just
far
gets a
going the
free
way of
too.
Optic Texas. Syntho does get to
And
the
this is
point.
what happens. Like, the thing is that Optic are still gonna spawn in the back. Faze are still gonna spawn far. It's not a big deal. You just hunt this guy, boom, you're done. This is last guy.
Out. How long can he finesse? How long can he stay up? Pred should be able to deal with it, and he does. You make the run. Can he get some time? Already, what, 30
How the fuck did this happen? What?
How long can he stay up? Pred should be able to deal with it, and he does. You make the run. Can he get some time? Already, what, 30 seconds off of this?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of hurt.
Huh. I mean, I understand maybe why the first guy spawned out. The second guy is like, you definitely shouldn't have spawned there, but the spawn system can't be perfect. The third guy spawning there is probably blocked by Jiraza, who's top third. just cutting those spawns. So now Optic are just getting weird calf spawns.
We're
And this guy number 6 is just tweaking. Shotzi's just got to tweak.
Towards that P3, and they very much are. But Faze have done a great job at making this messy. You had the spawns if you were Optic. 25 seconds, you get a clean hold.
Yeah, but they get clean now. No one on Faze read those top calf spawns because, like, kind of why would the fuck would they spawn there? Just horrible.
With that 25, you are very much within striking distance.
Here we go. It'll be, what, 15-point game once he get this time. So you soak that up if you're Kenny. The rest of the fight's going on around mid-map to get ready for our next set of rotations. Kind of all over the map. You got like every quadrant here if you're Optic Texas.
So they have one guy playing for old here.
Spreading out. Same thing can be said for Atlanta.
I think there's a guy top and bottom clock.
Take care of the top side of the map. You start to collapse.
They have Dashy on third in the position, like the regular main AR position. Dashy gets a trade out of clock, so now he's got decent control of Hen Street, but then he immediately goes down to Simp guns him with a sub from across the map, which kind of is unacceptable, but at the same time, the rival's wild.
Here comes the pressure for Faze, though. The break attempt, and they're able to get in.
So they trade out through kind of Hen side. I think they had one guy come through mid, and yeah, they just win the trade war.
Which may or may not have been a big play. They've fallen
And
just a little bit short, but the
last two go down, 3 dead.
Still here, still battling.
So gets a big one.
Starting to rotate over.
Forces Pred to give up his position. If Celium would have lost that gunfight, it would have been. Pred would have been in a great spot. Kind of like make a play. Since he had to shoot, then he got found out.
Yeah, but these are big kills. A nice opening
caught
for
it, Dashy.
Last time through.
Now Dashy's winning that with an AR,
maybe when majority of it,
proving this game is fucked.
BZ's gonna have to jump over the dumpster. Here comes Dashy. Pred the next man up, able to find one. Trades going the way of Faze for now. Stuns are out, nades are out.
Shotzi's life is pretty big here, but there's not much he can do.
Considering it's a 3-on-4, at least for a moment, since one player was out. Back into the point.
And he gets traded out.
Desperate times now for Optic Texas. You're sitting at 199. You're getting so close for the Faze side.
Oh, that's huge.
Starting to dance. The tiny tears popping off. 10 points away from victory. Trying to push out the cuts. Alleviate the pressure here, but both are going to drop.
Ooh, that's a huge
two. They clear them out of the point. Looking to survive, at least to maybe see another hard point here, Joe.
Yeah, Cell's just holding that cross. Just giving his teammates a little bit of time to get back to dump jump and all that, getting a kill.
Try to do what he can. Dance
now it's going to
P3.
P3.
Does best. Look at your mini map. Number 8. That's Dashy. We're going to a P3.
Uh-oh. Here we go. You get another 2 seconds from
So
that.
Clears out. Somehow he's ready for Kenny.
There will be Optic Texas. Everybody tracking back, trying to set up the pressure on Faze now to break. One break, and this is done. The green wall.
Yeah, so the green wall kind of. This is kind of what I was saying with Eiffel Towering. Like, you see how they're all set up, like, watching the same direction, but Eiffel Towering is just the other way, looking down. I don't know if you remember when I said that.
Has got to hold strong as the routes come in. It's Simp with the opener. He's on 34.
Very heavy presence.
Now you win it on the bottom, you win it on the top. It's a tiny tears with a pitch.
So once again, the very usual stuff, like, Faze just opt to go around. They assumed that Optic had to play heavy through old because they would have won off old if, like, they didn't, right? Because they only needed 5 points. There was 10 seconds left. They have to send everyone there. So then Faze just set up kind of a hen side push, knowing that Optic's going to be overcommitted top side, a little bit out of position. And yeah.
And just like that, wipe them off the board. Faze up 1-0.
That had a was back to the hard point.
Okay.
So Optic were able to break very in on a lot.
When you start, I'm thinking, all right.
So they don't do anything around isolated, but he's
but 3 having the vertical. He
so darn good.
So let's take a look at our mod.
Okay, so I'm gonna go map 2. I think I'm just gonna do all 5 maps at the same time and just have a super long video, because it's not like I can edit any of these anyway. Like that would just be way too much, editing like a 30-minute video.
Sir Energy pregame here for Atlanta Faze.
Yeah, 21-9 record above 500 on all maps. That map pool very deep.
I mean, not way too much. It's just like an excessive amount of effort for not much.
Grand finals continuing on.
I might even skip this terminal S&D because I'm so surprised. It's a 2-2 split. Like you know, it's the same thing every time. 2 playing, generally 2 Eskies. One guy Eskies watches cross here, or like gets his kind of mid-haul push. One of the guys off spawn on defense, of course. One of the guys off spawn goes like while he's on his way to plane, he watches his fast hit through mid hall to make sure that the guy Eskies doesn't get caught off guard, and to try and make sure that nothing gets inside of blue because that could be annoying. But yeah, it's very basic.
And destroys Simpa, not quite having the vertical he wants, and that's going to lead to a death. Shotzi able to get the first blood. Draza at least gets one, but 3-on-2 quickly. Can they isolate Dashy? Dashy trying to get away. The help is coming through on the plane side to try and get him out. Dashy for now gets out, and he gets a kill. Great work there from Dash.
Yeah, I thought he was getting isolated, but he's able to play his life.
I'm
He gets
yawning.
help from Kenny. They know where a BZ is. And this is one of those
So yeah, very
rounds where
typical,
they really
like,
switched up the pace inside of a.
They got to
sometimes
pick
going
on
slow,
Simp.
sometimes
They had 3
just
guys
hit it, and you saw it that
in
round.
terminal.
Catches Simp and
There's going to
draws
be
it
another
off
guy
guard.
playing.
Now
Every
1v3
round is
for
a
BZ.
2-2 split.
Simp's trying to, like,
First guy sides
jump
in,
onto the rail. He
gets
just
killed,
can't
but
quite
it
get there, and
gets
then
a trade
things
immediately. So you just have
unravel
plane
from there.
control,
You
and
strike
yeah.
quickly.
Well,
Hard
think
to
about
lose
it,
from there.
and when you're starting to work that bomb site, what normally happens? You get it across.
It's hard to
the
lose a
jet.
3v2
You shoot
with
the
plane
fire
control.
extinguisher,
Like,
you're throwing some shoulders, some nades. They
with
don't
good
do
teams,
any
of
that.
course,
As soon
like
as they cross,
my
it's
ranked
maybe
play
a calm.
stacks, or not
They
stacks,
just
but
fly.
my
They
ranked play
go.
teammates could definitely manage to
And he
lose
gets
it,
picked apart.
regardless.
Very little hesitation and a lot of their hits on offense, as we saw in that last best of 5. They keep it going here. Is now Faze. Try.
I don't know why, but every time I see a BZ talk, like not the sound, just the way his mouth moves reminds me of a middle-aged, like Midwestern woman.
Low man in isolation for now will be Shotzi.
I don't know what it
Sure,
is.
kind of looks like it. Yeah.
See you. Nice
Yeah, he's able to
shots.
fire
They kind of talk like they're
He
chewing.
was going to drop on the backside, but he drops. Second story, they're able to find that first blood.
Now, taking control of A. Rotating across will be Kenny. It's trying to get there with help. You can get a line of sight as well, I think, from top AC if you're Dashy, but it's Shotzi.
And 2-2 split, I think, again. The one guy ends up rotating. The guy Eskies fills the spot of the guy that was watching like the mid part of the map, and then the guy watching mid part of the map rotates down to plane once one goes down. Like very standard
Is it
stuff.
easy to check this? So many rows.
Standard
Hello!
tactics.
It's got a rival.
Shotzi gets a big kill there.
For now, 8 HP.
By the way, you can prone in between the seats and like that back little white wall where he was. Yeah, you can prone there, even though it's only like 3 feet gap. I have no idea how that works, but
In a dream, can't quite get away.
Can be a
Salim's
little
got the
dirty rat.
angle, and Simp wins that rotation fight. I mean, what? It's sort of first round. It's Simp kind of getting caught. This time, Fred gets spotted and caught, and all the executions kind of come after that.
Yeah, maybe if Shotzi has a rival, or sorry, an MCW in that spot, maybe he finds 2, turns into a 2-on-2. But during that gunfight, Kenny gets picked. So it was a great play. Not able to get out with his life was Shotzi. But as you said, the first blood just too important in that round.
Imagine a little bit different here with the setup over towards A if you are Atlanta Faze.
what do you know? It's a 2-2 split. Now you see these guys down here. They pushed up so that they can nade the fast hit plane.
It's going to be towards me kind of two-man game. A little different, though. It's trying to cut across.
Shotzi just walks through mid because these two guys were busy throwing their nades. So the guy that was supposed to watch that fast mid hit, well, they were trying to double nade to get a free kill or 2. Right? And didn't work out.
It's going to be
This map is also at the highest level, at least, very nade heavy. When you can coordinate nades, then you can cut off a lot of the fast hits, like, very effectively. You see that in this game, actually.
The trade is
I remember it. I've already seen it, obviously.
VZ trying to back down. Pred taking some shots. Things slow down for just a moment, but Simp, do they know there's 2
My team's
here?
in grand
Do they know
finals,
there's
I'm
2
watching.
here? Answer is no.
Optic's
Now
in
the
grand finals, I'm
1v1,
watching.
So many earlier. Another one here. He's looking right. Kenny's left round to Texas.
Yeah.
And that is just
Land Kenny is God. Even though he started off last game like 0-14, he is
able to get things going.
he's still
And
God.
it's just in the 2-on-2. It's all about the trades, and Kenny was ready for the next gunfight. Big Ken, he has been on this stage time and time again.
It's a great slide and reposition because, like, it's just a timing and angle thing there for a BBC. Like, you don't want to get caught sprinting. You kind of have to ADS up for the gunfight. Just doesn't get eyes on the reposition from Kenny. 3 straight for Ken.
You have this 3B hit, yeah. It just gets cut off by these coordinated nades. You can't really do that without a trophy
3
up.
on 2, but that slows down because nade to the face. I mean, in the last one, we saw a similar thing when it led to 2 kills for Optic Texas.
They're smart. When Soul gets stunned, he immediately throws a trophy because they know, like, he doesn't know if they saw him cross the mid pillar. He knows that the stun cancels regen, by the way. Big important fact. Stuns cancel your regen. So now he doesn't know if maybe, like, the guy who threw the stun has a teammate with him. He would expect a teammate with him, obviously, but his teammate's cooking a nade. I think now that the regen is so fast, though, you can stun somebody, cancel their regen, immediately pull the pin on a frag grenade, and by the time it blows up, they'll already be healed. So that might be kind of a problem.
This time, not the same result.
Yeah, Cell.
Yeah, that's the reason he threw the trophy.
Yeah, a little late again.
So he's like, well, he doesn't want to need it again. They know maybe he's still there, so he's able to play his life. So first 30 seconds off the board, lots of nades, lots of stuns out of hand. What do FaZe want to do with this one?
For now, just looking.
Get out of your spawn. Some old man in the crowd just yell.
For maybe an opener, trying to catch Pred again. Can't do it. Now to Shotzi, where Simp was trying to get in round 1. It couldn't quite get there, but
Who the fuck wallbanged him? Abizi? Bro, Abizi's hacking.
as he gets spotted, he's got to reposition. Pred once again peeks. Draza was holding it the
Like,
entire
what was
time.
that?
And Pred will get blooded
Simp
again.
was kind of playing for it
Kenny,
too. He might have
bring
seen
it
him.
back. Kenny with the absolute laser. 5 straight now for Kenny
Yeah,
as he
just
gets closer to
the
his streak.
P1 OE, you
Simp,
have to respect it. FaZe didn't
1v3.
respect it.
30 on the clock.
Now, Optic should know that
Down
FaZe will
low
respect it for the rest of the
nearly
game, and they'll never do it again.
That was way closer gunplay than I thought it was going to be, but
I'm gonna try and skip through
From
this,
this
like,
all
Cruz
between rounds. Oh my god, a 2-2 split.
a little bit different defense.
So, wow, this guy stays here to watch the quick hit mid-haul. Draza stays there to watch the quick hit mid-haul while his 2 teammates throw nades. So they've adjusted from the last time where Shotzi just happened to hit through perfectly. And Selim's just gonna solo play Eskies.
Setup this time from Atlanta Faze. The nades will hit, and again,
Worked
a
out.
5 spree gone. Couldn't get him in the respawn. Can't quite get it here. First blood to Atlanta Faze.
team showing out. Nice nades there from Atlanta Faze.
Easy holding that mid cross.
Now what does Shotzi want to do? He just gets so much info playing these positions at times. He's got
Kind of doesn't know exactly what to do. He's tweaking a little bit about something.
He's trying to make
Yeah.
the placing.
He's going ahead and rotating. I think Simp might have got info on a second guy, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and row.
Gonna read it.
Instead of
Bomb down,
waiting,
play-
like, because if you don't just hold the cross forever, like, obviously, you know, it's like if you can get info from your teammates that suggests that it's more than likely an A hit is about to happen, then just go ahead and start rotating.
Now trying to follow this up.
Dashy goes for the peak.
Wow.
Sim's got the read, but Pred
He
is
just ate
there.
too.
You trade out the first. Dashy scrambling away as he was a bullet due to Sim shots. VZ hoping maybe to get the kill on the cross, but he got back to full HP if you are Dash. But
You don't chow Dashy on a
1v3 now.
brim.
Just over 30 to go. Bomb down outside plane.
Yeah, Bomb is just down in
think-
such a tough spot.
Draza just got up.
Draza, you see how much respect they have for him? Draza pokes up on the ladder, but doesn't even take the gunfight, even though he's not looking at him, because it's Dashy. Like,
Yeah, I would assume
I bet you if it was anyone else, he shoots him.
they're going to have an idea on where it is at, but just watching the cross is a BZ and Cell.
Maybe not,
Actually,
though.
no, great
Like,
shots, 20
there's no
seconds.
reason to set yourself up for any potential mistake in this situation
dwindling.
in grand finals. So
Has to go for it at some point. Draza's still been
in a
set
league
up.
match, like,
Nice tags in, but you got one in front, one to the right. No real opportunity with
expect
time
the chow.
dwindling, and you hold on if you're Faze. You
oh yeah, this is Kenny's nade.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of their rounds.
So what I was talking about,
Quick plants that put the
they 3-hit off. What happened the round before? Right? They naded the guy out of library through the double nade bottom. They walk in 3 library without a trophy at the same timing on the very next round.
pressure on a Phase. We'll see if they can do that. It's an aggressive defense. Aggressive defense, and Kenny, give me a triple.
What are we seeing on the stage today with these nades?
I must say, if he loses that, things get interesting. But
He
Pred
about
able
won
to
it.
finish.
As well, there it is from Optic, and unfortunately for FaZe, you
Yeah, like, this is one thing. It's like, this is the difference between ranked play. There really is no comparison between ranked play and, like, real competitive COD. It's like, this is one of the differences. Like a team that plays a real competitive COD is players from like that environment, it's like an entirely different game.
3 players inside the bookstore.
Yeah, that's a read.
It's just simple shit that you can
That
do that
bookstore
no
is,
one does
a
in
little
ranked because you
bloody
just
now,
can't coordinate that well.
just torched is Atlanta Faze. Great answer. Quick round for Optic Texas. But yeah, no, between the wallbang spots, the nade setups, it has been a wild one. Now
It's not even champs time.
Yeah, right. Draws it with the first blood. You got 9 and 3 out of Kenny so far. Slow start to map 1. Since then, been popping off. But these early first bloods from Faze.
Yeah, keeping them in the game, and Shotzi, he gets caught. So we saw those bookstore nades. So what's happening is normally there's a player.
2-2 split, kind of. One guy's in blue this round. I think that Faze are adjusting because Optic really like this fucking plane. Optic's been finding a lot of success on this map, and they primarily played through plane. Eskies is very hard to break as well. It's not so much that you can't get control of Eskies with a smoke, but more so, it's just too much shit to clear and too much shit to watch. Like, too much can go wrong. So all the guy has to do that's watching Eskies, like, oh, I see 3 people running at me. Turn around, run down, sit there, wait for your teammates to set up. And the other team just has way too much to watch, especially while getting a bomb down.
Who's watching mid hall, but Faze, they've been throwing 2 nades. So Shotzi.
But I feel like as the year goes on, Eskies pushes are going to get more popular because kind of like what you're seeing here. You don't have to plant the bomb. It happens at the very beginning of the round. Just push up, get Eskies control, like see what you can do, and then you can do things out of that because you basically have 2 people playing plane. So I mean, that's 2 people completely out of the play, and it's not like you have to plant the bomb.
One time able to just hit B without a smoke. He just hit it. That top Eskies play. Tries to go for it again, but this time it gets caught.
Oh, did it? Shotzi just
what can second
ran
draw-
at Eskies with okay.
Is this
Oh, he did it through mid, I think, is what he's
starts to
saying.
build up. BZ able to get an angle to help. Once he heals back up, they try to go
Oh, it's-
before he can.
Wow.
And they're mowed
That is the
down
blender. But that's what I was
to
saying
bits.
about Shotzi trying to do that
Pull out
mid-haul
the
push
long ball,
again.
ran right through him. Round of
Like, they
Faze.
have to respect that. When, earlier I
Nice
said,
two-man
like,
setup.
when Optic
Sim
pushed through
very
P1
patient, but he
flank
starts to hear
on
the
their
steps.
defense
The
and
team
caught
shot
Faze
is
off
in,
guard,
draws
Faze
it,
have
does
to
the
respect that
takedown
for the
his
rest of the game.
teammates.
Yeah, I was gonna say
It's
that's
like
a really
those-
good job.
those
Just kinda paint a
adjustments
picture of the balls
are
around Semp there, right? Just how often is there a team killer?
Constant.
Very back and forth affair, looking to be headed to that round 11, but more work to do. Trophy, keeping people up. Nice shots from Draws. Another first
Nice.
blood for him as Kenny gets picked, and now it's 4 in a row for Draws.
They didn't know where Pred is. Yeah, the nade is in. He's still alive.
Uh-oh, smoke out to help
down,
him.
though. Smoke down, so he's
So the
okay
thing is,
for
when you
now.
get that kill, blue, I think Kenny was blue steps, which isn't a great spot to be. Like, it really isn't. But once you get the info on the guy mid-haul, you know that you killed one blue, you know the last 2 are going to be playing. So see how they try
And you do
to
have a
play
two-man
this
setup
out,
here if
knowing
you are
that.
Optic. That's where Faze is going. So you're still very much in this round.
From the cockpit.
So Faze, here's something funny. Shotzi shot the fire extinguisher so that because what happens is the other team can shoot the fire extinguisher, it blows up and causes like a lot of damage. Especially if you don't have flak jacket, it will just kill you. It's ridiculous, but unfortunately, it's the way the game is designed. And so when these guys push up term, Faze pushes up term, and they don't see a fire extinguisher, they're gonna suspect that a guy is in cockpit. So as soon as Sim goes down, watch, it's gonna be the first thing they check. They're gonna throw a shoulder and then check his
Fortunately, he
cockpit.
just lost his teammate. Will they be
Shoulder.
ready for him as he's lurking? Has he been spotted? Not yet. They're shouldering.
Oh, but he fucking takes the initiative. I like that out of Shotzi.
Up in front, trying to finesse and get away. He's dancing.
He's dead.
Still up.
Oh my god, he almost did it.
My God, another bullet, and maybe he does it.
He's made
Honestly, he should have killed Celium. Like, I don't know how he didn't. That was like 2 full bears.
It's doable, though, for Pred. Your 2 players are very separated, but Cell are going to read the flank. And now, Simp trying to reposition and watch. His teammate Bomb now rotating over to B.
I think I just tore my rotator cuff reacting to that. I'm all right. Fred,
It's good to have
if
Maven
he
and
can
Merc
do
in
it.
a
He's gonna
grand
have to
finals,
get
or
the
casting a
kills.
grand finals.
get the defuse. Opposite side sight. Now the rotation across. 40 to go.
Yeah, at least able to find an MC.
Sim single
so
here
he's
is
got both guns
disgusting.
to work with, but I don't know if you're going to be ready for the
What is Sim doing here? He's cutting off this. He, I think, has a good info. Like, no one could get an angle on his teammate from behind him. Like, it just can't happen. And if the guy comes up to this window and or like all the way deep window, I guess, then maybe that's kind of the only play where he can do something. But if Simp dies, then you have a guy deep window. You can play from top eskies. He can't really kill you. You can buy a lot of time, prevent the push from happening quickly. You have the map is your oyster.
This angle.
This is a really good setup.
Spot him. You see the red arrows start to maneuver. Ready for this play is Celium, and there we go, all tied up at 4.
I mean, if he can somehow get across without being spotted, maybe different, but yeah. Cell on a heady, another book.
Very good info spot,
we saw earlier,
and it just works outside of that. So
to be Dashy and Shotzzy, and Kenny's gonna find the first blood. So a little bit
see,
different
this is what I'm talking about. You see the guys hitting you, you kind of like engage a little bit, then you just back up. Now, BZ dies in the same spot Kenny died, so that's not good.
Cell, this is that same gunfight.
And these two guys at A aren't biting at this rotation, so Cell is just alone?
We saw earlier, well, not so much anymore.
Okay, yeah.
Cheat positions gets the fight this time. I thought it was going to be that same lower fight where Cell.
They thought it was a bluff.
Shot, but not this time around. Pred with
they were
one
incorrect.
up. It's Sim's turn to try and clutch up in a crazy scenario. But now he's in a world of hurt. Shot from every angle. Match point to Optic to tie us up.
And that's just going back to what worked earlier, right? I mean, it's a 2-man setup here. Faze do not adjust. There's still 2 players on the flank. Watching that pinch. So what Faze have to do if they want to retake that is just sort of 4-man from bottom Essies, but they aren't. They're still very spread, and, well, getting first blooded does not help them.
One of the best parts about me going back to PC yesterday was I can use a PS4 controller. Seen Pred's little golden PS4 controller just reminded me like how much better that thing is. PS5 controller is the worst controller ever made.
75 round 11s over the course of this weekend. Here we go.
So I think Optic triple naded the Eskies push.
Once again will be the lone man kind of watching that rotation.
And so they were weak initially at playing, but Faze don't play him faster. I don't know what angle Shotzzy is playing. Like. Oh, you know, this is an angle where if you go into the like you can go into terminal and you can see this little corner where my mouse is right here underneath. Obviously, all this underneath it. There's a corner here. You can look in this little gap in the terminal. And you can see the plane cross like initially into plane, but that's kind of a bad spot because like if you're watching the cross into plane, then like, what are you doing? I guess like how did you get there? There's not a lot of situations where that's useful, but basically some teams that go into terminal here, they'll look through the same gap and they'll check and see if a guy's here. Also, obviously they check this corner like pretty frequently. So Shotzzy's just playing an angle where they're not gonna see him if they check this. And they're not going to see anything this low corner too. But I guess he's not going to get naded because you can play behind this. You see these little 2 rectangles over here at low plane. You can kind of prone underneath these and kind of play like and get info. On the window, make sure no one jumps out the terminal. Like you can play this, but it's more situational again. I think Shotzzy might be relying on his headset here, no bullshit. I think Shotzzy might be in this spot to make sure no one can kill him from terminal. He's going to get a free kill on anyone who wants to jump out of this staircase here. And when they push into terminal, he can hear them. But it's a LAN Grand Finals.
See if they get aggressive through the flank. They've done it before.
I don't know how great of an idea that is.
This time, Adraza's starting to work on up. A man who lives.
I mean, he's really playing that angle.
Shotzzy backed in his spot. Actually, he's actually down low. No, I thought he was.
Yeah, no, you're 2 down low. I'm like, this plane push is terrifying. Like they could just be anywhere.
Yeah. So he knows. Like he knows that they're in terminal. Nobody's peeked front plane. Somebody had the cross, I guess. So he just takes his time to flank here. The thing is, like, what changes? Right? Like. I guess you don't expect it. Once you see nothing in either of those corners, low plane, once you check them from terminal, and your teammate sees 2 cross, but I'm talking about Faze, okay, not that. Basically, once you check those low corners, you're like, okay, and you kind of go off guard of this little flank right here. But generally, like, that's not really a mistake the best teams make, I feel like. Although they're about to make it, maybe?
Shotzzy with the timing. Oh, no!
It's okay, he just repositions, he's out with his life. Bomb net yet planted, so much info over to Optic.
Oh, a little more
I
trigger.
mean, Cell was right there too. So if Shotzi like slid in on him, then he was just gonna get shot in the back anyway. So him staying term and playing like that, that was just kind of to try and get a freebie while they were setting up the like push into play.
Maybe you get a
I
pick
guess it was like a very tailor-made play,
there.
very specific
But you're
for what
so
he
deep in
was trying to do
security,
with that.
you're kind of out of the play because everyone's kind of cutting this across mid-map, and I don't know that you've got a line of sight on this.
He might have a
Here you
1v1
go, to pounce to
It's a good smoke, by the way. Smoking, kind of smoking it so that the guy terminal can't watch his flank. So like they have to be, like they're not gonna get info on any guy flanking their own terminal until he's literally inside of terminal. So it makes him tweak a little bit.
attack. You drop, draw a cell, get kills. Simp now rotating, getting
Yeah,
the action. It's on
they just
Shotzi
went
and
it out.
Dashy. Shotzi trying to get away with sub 50 HP. He will drop. One
That's
player
it.
left. It's Dashy, and what do you know?
That's what I was saying. Dashi in his little main AR position. You're very reliant on your teammates. All your teammates go down.
It's not around.
Now you got 3 guys looking at you.
Not yet, but it's looking that way.
And BZ's showing that.
And man, that
Oh, he got
before that, he's
usually a fast hit. Texas able.
that 2-man game up top SCs, but it's kind of a
I went a
fake if
little
they
too
threw
far.
this-
Let me see what they're doing here. It's going to be 2 front. So this little nade you saw them throw double through this window earlier that didn't work, and Shotzi got through mid-hall because of it. It would have worked right here.
Smoke because
Now, Faze are stacking B, so they're just gambling.
bomb going over towards
Their
A.
gamble didn't pay off. Every round's a 2-2 split. The one round they decided to go B. I think it was because Faze's last defense, Optic kind of pushed up B and got it relatively for free. So they were thinking that Optic was going to try and play based off the fact that B seemed weak. So they like overcommitted. Faze ended up overcommitting to the defense, thinking Optic was going to play off that info. They didn't. Optic loves the plane push, so here we
There
are.
is the smoke down from Shotzi. You have 3 players over there if you are Faze, so you have what you want if you're Optic. It's time to plant this bomb. Simp gonna get the info.
Just trying to stay up as the boys start to rally across and help, trying to pick up the deep
I have
push
another
through will
nade.
be Dashy, trying to keep eyes on both the mid and the deep lane.
I like this little spot.
A BZ outside on boxes,
It's not going to work,
looking
but
for the attack. The bomb now starting to get planted here. 4-on-4 retake, around 11 madness. Here we go.
Cell Dashy watching the flame, very patient on both.
okay, one of the things, a BZ watching that and seeing that nothing came, like the guy planning went to the back of the plane, that kind of gives his team a little bit of free info there. But granted, you expect it.
Sides.
But you see how Simp is just sitting on this plane wing, not worried about if the planner is going to push out, drop down, and then shoot him in the back. That's because that would be a ridiculous play. Like, dropping out of back plane in that situation, if Kenny were to do that, that probably wouldn't work out for him in most situations, so he doesn't do it. Also, you see Celium watching his late P1OE. I do this all the fucking time. People hate me because of it, but you're not flanking my teammates, and that's just that. So yeah, like he just kind of looks ridiculous watching this, but a lot of teams will do that. They'll have a guy set up playing this, playing kind of the P1 area, and then if his teammates get plane control and plant bomb, then he just flanks through Eskies because no one's going to really expect him to be there. But this is Celium, and obviously he's aware of that strategy.
35 seconds, 7.5.
And he doesn't like the idea of that happening.
30 to go. Info, spot, shots.
So now he knows that the P1 flank isn't coming.
Kenny has to worry about both sides. 25 to go. Time
Cell sees
dwindling.
the one guy cross into term.
Now they're going to start to cross, start to work this area. But
He thought that
Dashy
Dashy
away,
pushed
CDL,
into
the
it,
last player alive.
into terminal, but
Not a lot of time,
he just looked
and
out the
Dashy
windows.
goes
He could have had a
so
free kill on him.
Optic. We are all tied up. She's trying to.
Alright, yeah.
His team's going to fade.
Fucking hate terminal. I still managed to talk way too much during that map, but whatever.
In getting to forward positions on the attack.
Maybe they can.
Right back.
Oh yay, invasion control. Yippee, dude.
It's a barn burner. And map
I mean, come on.
3, time to lock it in.
Can we play some banger maps or what? At least it's not invasion hardpoint. Okay. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, Faze actually play the cross. They do. They took my advice.
It's a barn burner.
But you can't see it because they started too late, I think.
3,
No?
time to lock it in. Faze.
Nope, nope, they didn't play the cross, so they don't watch cross. Most teams don't do it. I've seen it happen occasionally.
Stick right back in. To control on invasion, and Joe, take me.
Okay, I like this setup because the B flank takes a while, so you can have this guy kind of like go through blue and then cut off the OE that someone hitting mid would have to take to shoot his teammate front cafe in the back. So this is kind of nice. It's kind of like clamping down on the bottom 2 lanes, leaving your top lane open, but the top lane takes longer to like flank or push up on than the other 2 lanes. So you can just kind of, during that timing window, you can just hard play for those 2 lanes, and then when the timing comes where they can hit through, then just turn around.
Through Lisa, if
Get a
people have maybe
position.
missed that winners bracket final.
You see that, yeah. So it's like there's the timing about where Optic could be pushed up this top lane. So now I'm gonna push through here, and you're not gonna shoot me in the back.
What was the big
Maybe you'll shoot my teammate in the back, but if you do, then I'll slide right back out at you.
separator there?
Yeah, Faze is able to win an attacking round, similar to what we just saw from Optic in our losers final versus New York. They were able to win that. That wins, puts them in a great spot.
I'm curious here to see, by the way, what Simp feels, because they had obviously one guy mid tank, one guy watching A Street, they have one guy treehouse.
We'll see if Optic can hold on.
Generally
Maybe they
curious
turn
as to
offense
how
around
you feel
time
this.
Yeah, I mean, a
I guess it's answered. You get in DVD because your guy mid tank and your guy treehouse just died.
spectacular control team on the attack.
He probably gets in DVD regardless.
Success here early on, just taking a little bit of a life advantage, getting to 4 positions that allows you to work on the point.
And he just walks through the entire roster. Okay, that shouldn't have happened.
Trying to pinch him at Simp with a
I think Simp might have got bailed out by the nade smoke there, if I'm gonna be entirely honest. I don't know how the fuck he would ever get that kill.
another multi-kill. How many has he had through these matches? Just been terrific in the respawns. Slows it down for now.
That's the gamble, right? If you're going to push forward on B, try to play a little...
Shotzi cornered up in treehouse, kind of waiting for his team to get back in position, and he can do damage here. Shotzi does this a lot, where he does things and I try to make sense of it, and it's like, I don't know how good of a play this is. I think it just would have been better if Shotzi would have been like a little more tightly knit with his team, playing for trades. But it is invasion, especially beyond invasion. It's kind of hard to do that.
Aggressive if you're the attacking team, leave one on it. What ends up happening is the defense tries to find a timing to get you off of it.
Yeah. So he could have had blue control, which would have been nice. If he could have killed that guy top blue, once again, like, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but basically he can... At worst, a guy top blue kills his teammate, he trades it top blue. At best, he gets a kill inside of blue and gets top blue control, and Faze no longer have the option to play that position for like the B push through. And then once his team caps B, he's already pushed up, which is where you want to be anyway if you're Optic, because you want to push up and get spawns. So I guess in a lot of ways it does make sense.
Players on the right side of your minimap, and that's
I don't think he's that big brain though.
exactly what happens. Simp able to find a double, then they hunt down Shotzi. Now they can
He might be,
retake
but
me with numbers that is 3 dead, 1 more in pred, all 4 down.
I guess what else are you gonna do? There's a lot of upside
to
to pulling that off, and if you die, you die. Oh well, you're alone anyway.
40 seconds to go. 2 ticks of progress, because like that, they never finished it the first time, but so much was left. It just took a moment to get it done. But they're just looking for some opening gunfight wins to maybe start to get the map open. But it's Simp that was taking down 2 before he drops. Sal looks to pick up that same A Street push.
Ah, going down. Did 2 die?
Shuts it down.
Oh no, I thought 2 died coming out of A bomb. I was like, what?
And spread the defense then doesn't work out for now.
Well, really what you're trying to do is find 1 kill and then show some presence towards A.
Okay, yeah, this guy Tractor is fucking annoying, dude. Like this guy is the worst guy, bro, to play against. You would think it's Celian, but in this case it's Drowza. Like, because B Street, like obviously they haven't capped B, so it's annoying. But even outside of that, like being able to cut off the entire B Street hit and having the option to kind of OE real quick and cut things, like yes, you're way out of position. You can run back and kind of cut a bomb. Like playing kind of pushed up B with or without the other team having capped it. Obviously, in the situation where you know that they're all going to be like around Palace, actually isn't that bad.
And then just cut it back to B. That's what we
just want to say. It's kind of a
doing. And that's what's going to happen. So you have the presence of Pred.
Kind of the most annoying place to be.
In the middle of the map. They're able to find the one player, and just with 3 seconds, able to get on the B point.
Yeah,
He goes down for free.
on it, so that should finish quickly. It
That works
does.
out well
Now
for
you have
Optic.
60 seconds to go, but the
They got 2
crossfire
dead.
setup is here. You get all
Ah,
the
that was so
bodies just to
close.
send them right back into Palace.
And you
BZ
go for it
saved
for free.
All the kills, the tiny tears have been going off in this. Now you get back to step 1. You try to break through the street, find openings. You're just not going
Ace are just giving them the push through on B Street. I guess it's not really possible. Like, you don't want to just be sitting in the mid cut or sitting in the DVD cut watching it, because then you just get cameraed. Like, even on LAN, you just get cameraed.
have a lot of time. You have 12 lives left, 45 seconds to go.
It's kind of hard to play it. Too many obstacles to peek out and like camera into the street too.
4 in a row, but Dashi able to spot him, so no streak in play. Now over to a BZ. He's on 3. Does have one player in front of him. That's going to be Fred. Able to just play his life. The
Easy
rest of
getting that
Optic
info,
don't
not
pretty much
dying.
cut down
That's
middle of the
very
map, but
nice.
Dashi, he's going to get to his teammate.
Oh, he
Maybe
gets
they
a
can
big
work
punch out of
something through
him.
blue.
Just staying alive right now and backing up if you're a BZ.
Ooh, and then A goes down. This is very good for Optic now. This is very good for Optic. they're gonna have a guy in mannequin, and they're very quickly gonna get in positions here where they can like be super annoying.
This is your chance. 15 seconds.
Alright, the guy in the crowd yelling shit on is stop that.
to go. You got to pounce. Kenny able to get a pair.
Alright, well, Kenny going down, traded out. Okay, so number 5 going down. I don't like number 5's play pushing up into this position, but I guess I don't mind it if you're trying to make something out of the situation with only 3 guys and you're not trying to buy time for your boy, which I guess makes the most sense.
Beezy trying to play disruptor.
It's not very good for Optic when you only have 10 seconds, I suppose.
The tiny tears again, finding the kills when they need to slow down this push. 5 to go. Pred backed up, tagged up, traded out, and dropped. Nobody close enough now.
Oh.
You hold on, and hey, they was in here.
But you get to 3 ticks, so I think you're happy.
Faze had
if you're
broken the
Optic
Optic
and on
curse,
side
or
of Faze.
the body shot curse. Sorry, the Optic curse is a
You're
whole
able to lock
different
that down
curse.
and not give up anymore. There was a chance where Optic maybe was looking at only 2, but they were able to get that B point.
And Shotzi, who's been so good, mostly has been kept kind of pedestrian.
Good nade out of Pred. Where did
First phase, but a nice open here. As the nades pop off for Pred, Kenny involved in that too. You get 3 down quickly, allows you to get some map position, get to some of your spots, sell the one guy that stayed up. How many can he take down before he falls?
0?
It's 2, and now with a closer spawn out towards A, they try to send it that side. How many kills can
Optic
you
are
get?
still playing A here because obviously A is the priority objective, so like
Cross to the point. Draws is trying to. I don't know how you maybe win that one. I don't know how you're actually alive, but
they're still
it's
clearing
Kenny
it.
that shuts it
And yeah,
down.
they're still very scared. Like they're not letting their guard down on A at all because all you do is let your guard down once, especially with Shotzi on this part of the map because he's spawning them like close, kind of more A side towards Palace. So you really can't let your guard down
For now,
because if you give them a moment of breathing room, like at the right time, if you give them a free kill at the right time, then one guy gets an A, they fill the street, maybe your next guy goes down, you're fucked. You lost a round, that's
Yeah,
it.
the problem now is, again, you sent a couple of more players over towards A. Optic were ready for that.
That's the thing
Right
about
on that
control.
tank, just
Shit can
cut
hit the
down.
fin
You had
fucking
Shotzi all the way
immediately.
pushed up Ice Cream. He is taken out, and Simp finds 2 to
You can find yourself in a situation where there's not a tick on the board yet, but if you win or lose this gunfight, then you're going to win or lose this entire round because they're going to cap the priority objective and then just easily cap the next one in a minute or so, you know?
Second bit of progress through, looking for
one
the
gunfight all
that'll
comes
be
down
here
to.
shortly. Dashi snaps, but Sip wins the fight.
Is that Keeks?
Now we'll see these next moments work. Right as you finish the point, you get a wave of kills, so it allows you to push this Optic defense back. What are you seeing so far, Joe?
Well, I think that Shotzi right popping Deddy, so you're going to hear that if you're Simp, so he keeps it going. You have the life advantage. Almost able to snap. On the other side, Kenny, he was able to win the 1 versus 1 against Cell near that A bridge, so no pressure on that side of the map. His 3 teammates know that they can hunt down the rest of Faze.
That slow start from Shotzi.
Obviously, that's a big kill.
Well, some big kills here. Backside's making sure things
Draza
aren't
just
open
chilling in
for Atlanta
mannequin,
Faze as they
forcing
try to
an
erupt
Optic
onto
player
the
to
save
push
point,
in.
but they've kept the presence here towards mid-map, kept them on their toes. If you're Optic,
Kind of pushes out
Multiple
preemptively,
coming off
but
the spawn now,
oh well.
allowing Faze players to get back into this, start to layer the map, start to push this through. Another big moment upcoming, John.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want if you're Faze, and nobody A street, everybody pretty much in the base.
Thing is, I'm thinking in my head now, like Draza could still be mannequin. Why did he slide out?
Starts to work the pinch.
He's feeling
The tight
himself or
setup,
something.
still holding strong for Optic.
That's with the 1 TK.
Nice trades going down.
Big kills
and
out of
big
Kenny. Monumental.
restep out of Ken because Cell.
Shotzi's
He was
struggling.
hitting shots, but down to 6 HP was Kenny. Now with 30 seconds, we would be tied up in ticks.
And Dashy didn't get traded out. The fact that he took
Shotzi going for this this A Street OE, like, but they spawn B Street's done. You don't have a teammate kind of watching the street, so they spawn front like ice cream a lot of the time, especially if you're right here. They spawn front, but maybe not. I've seen weirder.
down two there.
Actually, I think I remember. I've seen this spot actually stop the front ice cream spawn and spawn them palace. So I don't know. Maybe this is a block
Brilliant.
spot.
And behind that, what Shotzi's gotten all the way. Bridge side, 3 are going to drop. Shotzi's going to be the last guy. He gets smoked. He has 18. This might be everybody dead. Now you're
He
flipping.
can't, and Shotzi can't really do anything. There's a guy getting in hill. There's another guy right behind him. There's a teammate in your front gas, and you're just stuck engaging a guy who's in a better position to help his teammates than you fucking are, even though you're kind of close to their spawn.
Across,
Oh,
two
great
players
stun.
might be able to get there. You're on the point, 13.8 seconds down to go. Second player able to get in it. Draws, trying to get shots.
And
so
then
on the
he
cross,
goes
the
down.
nade is going to hit.
He goes down, and then this guy just turns. Now he's helping his team. Whereas even if Shotzi got this kill, I mean, what's he doing? You know? These two guys are already in. Even if he gets his kill, it's like, well, maybe you can wallbang. Or actually, there's a window right here that you can kind of fucking shoot through, so he probably would have done that. I'm sure Shotzi knows about it.
Hit. Optic players drop.
I guess you can
Dashy
help.
Trying to make plays. BZ backing up and can't hit
Yeah,
it.
you see like this little window right here. There's one behind Celium here as well. So like,
Dashy again with a double. It's Dashy with a triple. But
you can't
there's
get
still
him
a
weak.
body here. Sip gets 2. He's still up. Third is in. It's Kenny who survives it for now. You do get 1 tick of progress though. And draws is still
big
here
kill out of
fighting.
Kenny. Huge.
A BZ here and fighting.
Yep, because you see there that maybe FaZe could have gotten a second tick. They wouldn't have got the full cap, but they might have gotten a second tick. And the last round, round 5, obviously it goes to 3. Whichever team has the most ticks gets defense, and this is like
The
an
players, the
extremely
numbers,
defense
if you're
favored map.
Texas,
So.
And if there's a little more time, you only have 4 lives.
I
but
think
they're
Optic
easy.
didn't get a tick on A, so now FaZe are up in ticks.
You skirt by, maybe.
Yeah, nice recovery from Optic. Great stuns. I mean, you had no trophy on the point, so the nades were able to hit. Kenny able to find the stun as they were crossing to the point. That slows things up. That slows up progress. That allows him to work those picks. But yeah, it's a little bit scary because you go 3 down. Shotzi's all the way A bridge. He ends up dying. But you had just enough.
Well, the push before that, Dashy got 2. That push on the retake, he's able to get 3. I know the stats don't look super pretty, maybe on the Optic Texas side. But when you needed the kills you found,
Shotzi's not doing well, is what he said. Everything else is fine.
The fact is, it's tied up 1-1.
And he goes down. That angle is kind of like a stair glitch, by the way. Those little potted trees, if you put them behind, like on the low ground, it's like an actual stair glitch. I think Kenny was on top of it though, so I think that is probably actually like a G8 spot for the pros.
Now, we haven't seen this in a while, sort of an A break-off from both of these teams. Really, from anyone in the league, it feels like we kind of moved away from that. Teams know how to handle it. But a chance here for Optic. Some early A progress.
Sim just walking up
No
getting
trophy,
that?
though. He throws it, a back does press.
Shotzi's out of
But
it,
Cell
dude.
Sim draws all here, able to
Like, why was his gun down? Why did he not have his iron up at all? What?
find the picks. Kenny now trying to give his team some room to work with. He finds
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Kenny on land, dude.
3. Kenny with a trip.
Kenny on the, as a FaZe fan, bro, this guy, once a year, maybe a few times a year, is the best player in the that has ever walked planet Earth. Better than Prime Formal in a goddamn like a champs grand final. Like I don't know what it is.
Now trying to move over to A.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I mean, retake from FaZe.
Like his
Cleveland
peaks
and
are
Kenny.
unbelievably high.
Does Kenny like stuff? 16
But his
minutes
lows
from
are
him,
low.
Gets them back onto the point.
I remember watching him play a league match in
He's
Vanguard,
gonna be wide
and
open,
I didn't
just
even
2
play
with that
Vanguard,
constant
and I
pressure
knew
over
he
towards
was
A. So what do
he
you
was
do now? Do you
awful.
just set up if you're FaZe and try to hold
Then a
the
few months
transition
later, he was
across?
smoking my
Well, it just
team in
comes
grand
down to how many
finals.
players you can have this if you're Optic. Only one right
He dropped
now.
like a
Now it's
0.6
2,
that
so I
series.
think
I was
that
like, my
pretty much
grandma
says the
could
FaZe
center
can
better than this
retake
guy.
this.
What is he
Here's the
doing?
first pick and the second. They know they have the tick
shot.
advantage.
Yeah,
Kenny
he's
is just
shooting.
locked in. He had a bad start to map 1. Map 2.
So Optic are gonna get
goes,
this B
what,
cap for
double
sure.
digits, drops 11.
Wait.
Fouling away in control. Another double
Ooh, BZ barely doesn't get that double. I already know he barely didn't get it, and he gets straight out.
Right now, 4 in a row for him. Mid-map, wide open, a chance to get some progress over towards A, but a draw.
You see how Faze are kind of playing very close, very tight knit here. This is what I'm talking about. Like when you can't, like after the initial B cap, they're obviously going to be pushing up, trying to put pressure on back gas, trying to put pressure on this cross, getting in blue, maybe getting in your mannequin, right? Instead of sending a guy to potentially take a 50-50, sending a guy into gas to try and prevent like a push up and a block, just play super tight. Play super tight, give up all those things, and at the same time watch everything. That's what I was saying. It was another analysis I was doing. I think that this would be a better way to play than the team that I was watching at the time. I think a guy ended up going into mannequin and going down, and it kind of like everything fell. This with Faze I like. Because if you want, this is like if you want to push up in our gas, come on, push up in our gas. We're ready. Like, if you want to do anything involving capping A, we're ready. Now, Draws is going to die for free because I don't know what the fuck he's doing. But
continued struggles, maybe a shot.
Oh, just kidding. He didn't die.
Slow it down, at least for the time being. You got a lot of time to work with. You got 90 seconds.
Draws is in a shitty spot.
You're not pinned by any stretch of the imagination. This is all about how you execute, Joe.
Yeah, like
not so bad once a BZ got there. So they kind of spread out, knowing that they kind of have room to work with.
Advantage as well. Very pushed up, and Pred maybe with the timing here. Does he get spotted?
Shotzi just in a random corner at blue somehow works out.
I don't think so. Cell's kind of playing it off.
Oh man, that almost went horrible for Cell.
Almost gets smoked, but able to reconnect onto the head. Shotzi now trying to get on the 8-point. Doesn't happen. Draza with 2.
Draws gets a huge stone.
Kenny on one side. Draws
Goes from being in a really bad position. He probably should have died there. I don't know how he didn't die. He had his back turned to the street for quite some time. Maybe someone was watching over him or something. I don't know. From like way in the back, but now Faze has. They're looking down B Street. They have a guy looking like cutting mid. They have calf control. They have a guy pushing up A Street. But once again, this could be a situation like what happened with Optic, like in the hard point on that P3 on Karachi, where you're just a little too spread out, and all of a sudden, you know, 2 of you go down, then the next guy goes down, and
that old duo both having their moments.
Yeah, Draws and Kenny, former teammates, just love battling.
They're playing very structured here. Never mind. They kind of like backed off of that, and let the guy A Street do his thing. They kind of give the guy Selim here some breathing room, not having to worry about it, and then the other guy, instead of challenging B Street, just kind of comes back and plays more passive angle.
Having a blast.
It's a little closer to his boy.
Under 60 now.
So now he gets one. They have a little breathing room, and then he takes a more aggressive angle, gets a second one.
Kill after kill, kind of when it's on the
it gets info on this guy DVD. Now the guy DVD is gonna die. Just kidding.
Longer to go.
Simp doesn't wallbang it.
From a map position standpoint, if you're Optic, trying to push up this A Street.
Pred finding his window, getting a kill, very good.
Kenny gets his as well. Kenny will drop though. The nade hits and takes him out. So any kind of support kind of disappears.
He got all doesn't get anything after that.
You know when you get the first 2 picks, I think it was Draws in a BZ, able to find 2 middle of the map from some different angles. Maybe
now once again, Faze kind of have full control of that.
But it happens. You at least get on A. You can see the tick count 4 to 6. So Optic, if they want that round 5 defense.
I don't know what this is. You see how they're just lined up? I have this guy DVD watching the B Street OE, and they're just lined up in the middle of cap. What are they doing, bro? If I was Optic right there, I would be fucking mind blown. I would
give up the B point, and now Sims.
Like, what are they doing? These guys are freestyling on us.
He has been going off 23 and 15, 6 in a row into the next round. Faze now win the.
But they get very aggressive right now, right? You're up 1 tick. You only need the B point to secure a round 5 defense.
Optic kind of going 2-2.
Maybe Optic get very aggressive this time.
Again, if you're in ranked play, don't try and go 2-2 AB. Like, if you're in ranked play, watch the fucking cross, count it, see how many go one side or the other, and always send like 1 more guy A than there is that you saw cross, just in case, because shit can hit the fan.
And that's Palace spawn trap.
Try to get him
clear out A, then worry about B. Hope that you have enough resources at B and kind of make something happen.
Draza, an opener. First tick should be wrapping. Kenny fists of fury there mid, but Pred will finish him off as he was weak. They're trying to get get aggressive. Look at 7 and 8. Pred and Dashy trying to isolate Celium. Maybe get him tucked, but if you've got one guy that can fight his way out of a situation like that, it's Cell. Gets a kill onto Dashy, finds the timing.
He's going to know one is there, but what about Pred? It looks like they're still trying to find Pred. Pred might get some good timing. He's still up on 7 in a row, but they get his teammates off a B. So yes, playing very aggressive, just kind of hunting on both sides.
So Faze end up dominating this B street.
Simp, he's ready to take any
just kidding, I lied.
Transitioning over to A was Faze. Shotzzy still at
okay,
B.
Shotzzy goes down, yeah.
Though, to a B.
Now, Simp was pushed up B street, but now he just slips through. I think maybe Kenny saw him. He just somehow slips through here. And he's just going to get on A.
For now, if you are Simp, I think Kenny get a spot.
What the fuck? Yeah, this kid is twisted. Like, this is not a sober play.
And now you got to make some decisions. They're on both points. How do you want to play this? How does this split?
Oh my god, he jumps out.
Down to flying.
What's good with him?
Deal with Sip real fast, but it takes that pressure off of B. You stop the clock at 49 seconds. You slowly start to milk this. And now you add the minute on.
So remember, there we go. Defense secured. Yeah, defense secured though for Faze. They get the 3 ticks at B. So they will have that round 5. But can they win it here? Nice forward position here for Draws. On the other side of the map is that one-on-one that always goes down. This time it's Shotzzy versus Simp. Shotzzy able to come out on top. So Draws just has to hang out back here. See what he can find.
Yeah, kind of buying time for now. He is on an island, that's for sure. And you keep staggering this due to a kill from Kenny.
Yeah, I was going to say exactly what Maven said. Who knew Maven had a big brain like that? Yeah, that kill's kind of big from Kenny because it's just annoying for Faze. Because they have Shotzzy pushed up in their base.
I wasn't sure if it was the best timing or the worst. It doesn't end up working out, or does it? Nice little finesse.
Yeah, immediately a BZ spawns up, and he's not in a regular spawn. He's in a spawn where like someone has to basically be in Palace, like inside of the Palace walls, in order for him to spawn there. Because like, there's no way you could block the other 2 preferred spawns from any angle outside of Palace. So he immediately spawns up. He's like, okay, I'm just gonna check our American and kind of go through here.
Fancy footwork there out of Draza with 9 HP as he stays up. And now
Shotzzy playing like a little ratty angle and he's ready for it. I think he's sound hoarding, bro. I think Shotzi's got EQ. Like,
help. I was about
like
to
he's
say
playing for audio.
No,
Draza heard that too. They can actually hear. I didn't know that.
This Draza is still battling though, but still kind of by himself unless Cell can win his fight.
Okay, now you're on this point. Kenny though able to earn a cruise. He's watching the reinforcements for Faze with Shotzzy. So they're pushed up A street. What can Shotzzy find? He's able to find Simp on the point now. Comes a retake.
There's a chow. That was an interesting chow. I kind of like it, but I would have reloaded by that point.
Taken care of. Nice stun from Dashy.
Okay, works out.
But the crossfire is there. Now it's all about the wall bays. I mean, Draws has been alive for so long.
He's got both of them a little weak.
Is in.
You get 1 tick here.
But they got that tick, yeah, and Optic hasn't gotten an A tick. So Faze basically secured defense, yeah? Actually, they secured defense when they capped B. They're 2 ticks ahead.
Already had defense guaranteed, but maybe
like, I hate to break it to you, but like the game's just over. Like Faze, I don't see Faze ever losing.
Help towards finishing this if they get a chance to do it. Still the streak to go. Well, on either side, right?
I don't see either team ever losing a defense.
Yeah,
just playing it too high of a level.
Shotzzy gets another one. He will. So 2 cruises to work with if you are.
Shotzzy got a cruise, holy.
He's still gonna hold here though. Hopefully hold both cruises and maybe you can make something miraculous happen. Deep bridge, pocket is Kenny looking to get shots in. Both players rip, so that'll slow down for a moment. 15 now to go.
Oh, what a
still
whiff.
2 people with a presence over towards A.
Doesn't
One
matter.
More chance to throw
Dashy
some
gets
lives
him.
at this, but Dashy
You got big Bruce with you.
Kenny maybe closes it.
Now you have 2 Faze players in your mannequin though. Ooh. Simp would have been prepared for that. That actually could have gone really well. Because Simp could have got that kill. Draza would have been in that gunfight with Dashy there in the street. And then Dashy would have had to tweak and play for Simp. Like, all of a sudden you could just go all dead for Optic. Well, besides, obviously, Kenny, who's a weed. And then you could have 2 guys on your A.
Like round 5, no one close enough.
Still probably not a win,
You
but
get 2 streaks. Like, that's about... I mean, as good as it gets in the sense, well, okay, as good as it gets would have been you locked him in enough that you got defense, but at least if you don't get that, you get some streaks, right? Like you get some extra utility.
Yeah, just not the easiest map. Yeah, not the easiest map, but you know, you can combo it. Maybe if you die over towards A, can help your teammates out, find some players on the cross. But here we go.
I wanted to do all 5 maps in one video, but I think I'm just going to upload these 3 because I need to take a break. This is way too much.
I'm sure discussing what they
and if I like keep recording, go take a break, come back, then I have to go to like editing software, cut it out, and then I have to wait for the entire thing to render, which would take forever.
Sim still has
like my CPU would probably just explode if I try to put it through 2.5 hours of rendering. Best quality 1080p.
Kenny maybe trying to find an opening for now, but is trying to take this.
No exaggeration.
Double chow here in a moment, but he's somehow still up.
It's like running fucking Cinebench for an hour.
To get onto A, but Faze are ready for it for now. Shotzzy able to win his gunfight, and what a little turnaround here from Shotzzy. He's up to 21. He was really struggling early, but got going. Last round through, selling a BZ though, aggressive. Up the B street, draws down a full
here. Draza's somehow in the what?
I don't think so. Not ready for that, but
how?
A good trade.
Yeah, I mean that was like deja vu.
All right, now Shotzi's filling. They're spawning close ice cream, so B should be pretty much guaranteed here.
B just one portion of this done. Simp maybe looking for the opener, not going to find anything. One streak of the 3 into the fray.
Yeah, so Faze get info. Selim goes to cut the cross out of spawn, but he finds out pretty quick. Oh, they all spawn front ice cream. Like, so I'm picking up nothing here. He was wasting his time. And I like how he immediately turns around. Like, this is something lazy old me would do in ranked play. I would just keep watching the A lane and be like, oh, hope my teammates get a kill, you know, and then I'll be useful in 5 seconds, 10 seconds, you know, but if they don't find a kill, then I've been useless all this time for no reason. He just immediately, like, fuck that, turns around, goes to Elbows team. Like,
Abizi will drop, alleviate some of that pressure.
Now he's in a position where he can set up a flank through mid-cut on B, like, instead of just sitting there, his teammates still haven't gotten a kill. So, like, that's how you use your time wisely. COD is all about, like, time management. That's literally it. Time management and just spawn awareness.
It up as well. Second bit done and slowly moving on.
It's how fast of a pace can you play and how aware can you be while doing it.
43 on the clock as well. Minute added on now. Here we go.
I should say how fast can you play while not getting shit on bad.
Texas to get the win, you gotta get A.
Yeah, and the point man right now is Shotzzy. You see all the red arrows trying to hunt him down. They know how pivotal it is to find that player. Simp over towards Palace. The first kill here for Optic.
Okay, this is actually good for Optic now that because yeah. So Faze are kind of just backed up. I said that they would never win a fucking. Actually, I know that the Faze won 4-1, so never mind. I know Faze still win this game, but this is very good for Optic. This guy gets a kill here, and now he can go block gas. But if he's on the other side of this gas wall, I'm not sure if he actually blocks it. I think he should, but I know that this won't block it, say, on whatever this hill is, side blue hill in hardpoint. If you're in here, they'll still spawn back gas, or like over here. But I guess they can't spawn here, so I don't know. Regardless, this kill is fucking massive. Simp was in a position to kind of be annoying and force a guy to turn his head. Well, the guy turned his head and killed him, and no one else on his team had even died yet. So now kind of all Optic have to do here is just get one more.
Trying to get to A. That's too dead for Faze. A very close.
They get one more, and now this guy slips in. Now they have the cross. Brother Shotzzy, what the fuck was that, dude? That was awful.
But you have 2 players on this. Do you have some trophies? I'm not seeing any of this, so the stuns are going to hurt. Simp desperately calling in the cruise. Draza on the pinch, and
they just get cleaned up. Yeah, Shotzzy just threw the tempo of that. Like, he just gave away his life for no reason. He does it quite a bit, but sometimes he does it and he gets a kill, and it has the opposite effect. It's like, if he dies in this situation, it's absolutely fucking horrible for his team. But if he gets just one kill in that situation, it's incredible for his team. He's like a all or nothing kind of guy.
With it for now.
They deal with it. Draza deals with it. Draza kills all
He puts
four.
himself in those situations, but he didn't have to. He could have just slowed down, like played across, through shoulders, stayed a mannequin. Like, I don't know, just I don't like that.
He gets the first two.
Just
he gets the last two.
unnecessarily
All three have now
risky,
been
considering
used.
that Optic was already in
So
a
now
good
you just gotta
position
get
to
it
just
done with
risk
the
it all
gunny.
on some random.
The first opportunity
slide out.
was there. Draza said, no, sir. He's on 31. We've seen him be in the absolute invasion blender this weekend at times, but not one of
And
those
also,
ma-
like I said, the guy that was in the gas, they still spawned gas. So yeah, this guy wasn't blocking. After he got the kill, he probably could have backed up and blocked, but instead he didn't. I don't know who that was.
Kenny on the other end of it, 35
He might have thought he was
up
blocking,
for
I don't
him.
know.
But you're running out of time. You're running out of hits and opportunities to execute here on A.
I think not only was he
slip up
not
from
blocking
Faze,
gas, but
Massive moment.
he was
here for Texas.
simultaneously kind of blocking blue, so making it
It's all
weirder.
about this info again. First kill for Optic. Can they pause the clock? They have a life advantage. Simp now inside a cafe. A close laundry spot.
All right, and all of a sudden Optic are set up pretty nicely again. Kenny is probably going to kill this guy for free, get traded by number 2 here. And then number 2 probably gets traded by Pred over here. If number 8 dies first, it's kind of massive.
Optic winning the gunfights, but Abizi the last man.
Okay, yeah, kind of worked out like that, I guess.
There we go, 3 dead.
8 died instead of 5.
All right, 4 dead, 3 alive for Optic. 3 on it.
Oh my God, here
Trophy
we
down.
go. They got the stack. Second tick is done.
There's too many nades. They've already got hit by 3 nades off spawn, and those are probably stuns, so here come the fucking frags.
Faze trying to go. It's moving so quickly. Can they get in and contest? They're soaring through.
Somehow Celium got one there. I don't know how. Who was that weak at that point? How?
It's just about done.
Simp slides in, but he gets TK'd.
The contest is in.
He gets TK'd by Shotzi. That sucks. I think what happened was he was killing him, but he was standing up, like while he was after he got the kill or something. He hit the sprint button, stood up, and then Shotzi his bullet just whacked him, and then it gets slid in. Yeah, Optic should have won that.
Shotzi kills everybody in front of him.
Actually, no. Faze had 2 people in. What am I saying? I thought Celium died. Am I fucking tweaking? No, he was just crawling like this the whole time.
It's just about done. The contest is in.
He killed him. What? No, he didn't. Wait, what? You know what's confusing is I'm looking at Shotzi and I'm looking at the name Pred. Like, what's going on here?
Shotzi kills everybody.
All right. Shotzi kills everybody.
Faze are able to get in. Just
That's one way to put it.
Get in. One team kill hurts, but my God, it's close.
Still time for Optic
That was
to get there.
extremely
Kenny with another
close.
one. 4 lives remaining for Faze. You have one last chance if you're Optic. Kenny the point man, here we go.
Gotta hold with no
Oh.
respawns. They're
Yo. If Kenny Boy would have won that, which I think he should have, that would have been sick.
holding for now. They win one. Nobody left. Faze.
And Kenny pulling a scrappy here. And guess what? Kenny plays the same, like, he plays like a number 3. Like 4 main AR, 3 second AR, 2 flex, 1 main sub. Scrap and Kenny both play 3s. And look, Scrap dropped 44 for the L, Kenny dropped 38 for the L. Something about that.
Hold with no respawns
Something about that roll.
remaining.
I just want to see. Look at the non-tradeds. Also, Draza, number 3. Look at the non-tradeds. Somehow, these number 3 ARs just aren't getting fucking traded. And then these main subs. Yeah, BZ's. Well, I think Simp might be main sub. They're kind of weird. Because BZ's definitely more of a sub than Simp, but Simp just might be better with it. Regardless, it's probably 4 ARs, no matter what. Shotzi had a lot of non-traded somehow too, comparatively. BZ normally is the guy that doesn't. He just somehow, like, he slides into 2 preams, somehow gets a miracle kill, dies, then gets his teammate slides behind him and gets the second guy, and it's like, how did they do that?
It forces a streak out of Simp, but it's Draza that gets 2. You use your next streak. I think if you're Optic with the same moment, Draza kills another 2. He puts up almost 6,000 damage. The big map there from Draws. Kenny and Draws.
You
just
see
going
very
back
even
and
damage
forth.
across the board.
Almost
Kenny obviously had
7,000
7K.
out of Kenny. It's just not
But very
quite
even
enough.
damage across the
And that's where
board.
your
It's
kind of
just
typical invasion comes
like
down to the defense.
Optic got pretty. Actually, did Optic get outslayed? 8, 5, 3. So 11, 16. They only got outslayed by 3. So, but yeah, it seemed rather convincing.
Got a little close there, though. No, yeah, it did. Yeah,
It only got close for a second, and it probably shouldn't have happened.
Shut down. Drop.
Because it starts to pop off. I mean, you're
All right.
bro, especially when it comes down to
All right, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it here. I do need a break, bro. I can't talk for another hour. Like I can't do this for another hour. My mind's gonna wander. So I'll just upload this because, like I said, I don't feel like blowing my CPU into the fucking sky, catching my house on fire, trying to render all this. So I'll just leave it here. Go ahead and upload. Hope you enjoy it. It's not kind of as thorough because I'm not going over everything like I did in the earlier ones. In my first ones, like I was explaining exactly how everything worked, but I'm kind of going off that I don't have to explain that every time now that I already did. So it's a little bit less like exclusively beginner stuff. But regardless, I'll leave it here.